Patrick Stewart rejoins Star Trek, the first look at the new Terminator, Constance Wu pens an open letter, the Trayvon Martin documentary, LeBron James becomes a socialist, and, as a Patreon exclusive, the most beautiful girl in the world. Spoilers, she's 5. Hey, I have a lot to complain about, so let's do this.
The recently canceled podcast with Lon Fry.
Hey, how goes it? So, hope we're all doing okay right now. I'm staying indoors a lot, not running nearly as much, or haven't in the last month. I'm telling you, I'm itching for it, guys. I want you to get me up on that Patreon, right? Yeah, I tell you what, if we could set some freaking goals here, I will go back and I will start running again. Oh, but you'll just complain about the thump, thump, thump and all this stuff, right? So here I am sitting in the dark. So here's some surprising news today. Patrick Stewart is, and this is as headlines go, and we all know journalism is terrible today, will reprise the role of Captain Picard in new Star Trek series. I don't think he's going to be a captain. I think it would have been more correct to say will reprise the role of Jean-Luc Picard. It says this is in the early stages of development, but so far it's to explore the next chapter of Picard's life. I'm thinking retirement because the guy's, in his 80s? Jeez. I mean, this is a guy who's getting on in age here. How long can a series last revolving around Patrick Stewart? And that why he's checked out of other stuff? This is a surprise to me because it's like, look, we've started the J.J. Abrams Universe of Star Trek. We've got that flavor going, maybe alienated a few Trekkies or Trekkers, as I know some like to be called. And if Discovery wasn't your cup of tea, well, here you go. You get your continuation of really where we've last left off with Star Trek, the furthest into the future, the furthest up next gen's timeline. You get that dose of that old classic timeline you like. You like that stuff? Well, there's Picard for you. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few cameos from, I don't know, we could maybe get a Worf, maybe we get a number 1, Beverly Crusher, Will Wheaton's always available for shit. I mean, these are kind of things that could happen, right? Oh, but there is a downside. Yeah. Did I mention it's going to be on CBS All Access? Yeah. See, what they do is they say, we could put out this show that people would like, and that'd only get us so much money, but we created this platform where we want to try to be like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime Video. We want to be, the original creator of these things, and we want to have cursing, and we don't want to have to abide by the FCC guidelines, and none of this. No, we want to throw all that out the window. We want to have naked people in Star Trek and cursing and all this stuff, and we want to get away with it, and we want to charge people money. So now it's going to go on CBS All Access. That's what we're doing. It could be your segue into the so-called and hyped Quentin Tarantino written R-rated Star Trek. Hey, let's get a little foot in the water here. Tiptoe into the water, check the waters here. Slowly go towards more of an R-rated Star Trek, and then bam, you're plunged headfirst into what Tarantino's cooking up. It's a shame it has come down to this, guys. It's a shame that the fan base allows it. Oh, well, I'm a fan of Star Trek, so I have to watch new Star Trek stuff. Oh, well, I used my free trial of CBS All Access, but they split that season up so you couldn't just watch the whole thing in one free trial. Shrewd move, CBS All Access, greedy pigs. Now they go and whip out another series. So now you have a past Star Trek and a future one, but will this be of a totally different flavor or not? Will it look like Next Generation? That's yet to be decided. The point is they're getting your money, though. Because you're a fan, you're just the first sucker in line. That's what fans are. Your opinion doesn't matter. It's your money. And because you're totally in the cult of Star Trek, this is how they're getting it. See, if CBS had the means, they would make this of Star Wars. But right now, they see Star Trek as their counter to Star Wars. Oh, hey, well, you have Star Wars. If Star Wars is going to make a lot of money too, well, we can find a way to do it here. Since Star Wars was never up in the TV business, or, well, very seldom, it wasn't a force in TV, but Star Trek was, we have to find the way to maximize our money, and that is to get you into a subscription service you don't really need. Because most of that content was available for free on broadcast. But to sucker you in, now you're basically paying for a subscription service just to watch Star Trek. Now just 2 shows, and maybe The Good Wife, because it has naked people in it, or The Good Fight, that's what it is. Oh, well, it's so cutting edge, we're pushing the envelope. Everybody get your envelopes pushed. We want to push the envelope. We want to be like HBO, but the thing is that we started out wholesome and family-oriented on broadcast error. Yeah, but we want to get all of those nominations, so we need to have more naked people. That's how All Access works, guys. So I think what we're about to see is the soiling of Star Trek TNG. We are about to see Star Trek TNG go off the end where we never wanted it to go. Boldly. Saw this picture came out on Twitter. First look at the new Terminator, right? One of these writer douche types goes tweets this out. Now, the kind of talking down mentality of his tweet brought to mind that, oh, hey, guess what? Lando Calrissian's bisexual, bye. That kind of statement. It kind of gave me that kind of feel, right? So we got these 3 ladies. Well, one on the far left is a girl. Is she the one that plays the Yellow Ranger in the new Power Rangers reboot that failed? They couldn't get a famous Asian chick of age, so they found a Latina. Isn't that the chick? I think it is. I could be wrong. The one in the middle, she's always got the short hair. She's in every sci-fi series or franchise she can get her hands on. That's what she told her agent. Hey, I want to be the sci-fi chick. Get me in that Halt and Catch Fire, The Martian, the re-sequel, whatever we're doing here with the Blade Runner. I want to be in all that shit and the Terminator while we're at it, okay? Now, on the far right, we have the matriarch of this whole situation, Linda Hamilton. Looking, pretty badass looking. Not looking old, but looking weathered and weary and toughened from a long life of fighting Terminators, right? So they look like they're in a post-apocalyptic situation, but still had a little bit of time to style up. Now, I guess that this sparked some backlash. And here's the weird thing. I didn't see the feminist triggering posts, those responses on Twitter. I didn't see a whole lot of, it's a bunch of girls being tough again. That kind of eye roll thing. What I saw was, can we just give it a rest on the Terminator? Can we let it die and move on? That's the kind of response I heard. But instead, we have people already getting post-triggered over anti-feminist backlash from the men in the basement, that kind of response that didn't even seem to happen. My statement was simple. What's with the transgender John Connor? Yeah, I'm thinking this Mackenzie Davis is some kind of post-op John Connor. Hey, the Terminator's after a male, so we did a sex change and that'll fool them. I'm thinking that's the storyline, guys. Do not be surprised when it happens. Is the movie going to be any good? I don't like speculating on that kind of stuff. Trailers lie. They're supposed to. They're supposed to make you think that inferior products are worth you seeing, paying money to go see, right? So why should you believe the marketing from the source like that, right? The guy writing this, putting out the post, he's not telling you, oh man, the movie sucks, but here's a picture to tease you, right? That's not happening. That's not how this sort of thing goes down. I don't like speculating on if a movie's going to suck or not when the law of average would tell me they're going to be mediocre. Wouldn't that be the case? I believe that the Terminator franchise died with 2. Whether James Cameron has his name attached higher up on this one or not, I don't really much care. I realize that we got a guy on board as the director who had a lot to do with the success of Deadpool, but I don't much care. I don't see there being more to tell with the Terminator. I like to think it wrapped up with 2. There we go. We put a nice little bow on it. Go off, tell the new story, right? That's the kind of backlash that now feminists are referring to as the straight white male oppressing them, that kind of garbage, right? But this isn't the only thing going on over at Twitter. No. We have Constance Wu, star of Crazy Rich Asians, the new blockbuster coming out at the end of summer, right? It's what, August 15th, I think? You know, it wasn't that long ago. August was a complete dumping ground, but they've stretched out the summer movie season to the point that it's like, oh, hey, it's February. It's summer movie season. Up till Thanksgiving, summer movie season. That's kind of the way they're looking at doing this stuff nowadays. Yeah, everybody wants their little release window. Crazy Rich Asians. Ah, yes, the Black Panther of the Asian community, right? That's what they're hoping, huh? She puts out this open letter. What is it really? Just like a series of tweets that maybe she screenshot and then she strung them together and was like, hey, if it's an important message, or maybe she typed down on Instagram, something like this, right? Talks about how Crazy Rich Asians is more than a movie. It's about POC, people of color, getting opportunity in cinema and all this stuff. It's important. This social movement stuff is all about drumming up hype for something that's not good. You never say it's more than a movie if it's good, because being a good movie is the merits at which it makes its money. Now, if it's not a good movie, you have to go out and you have to get the people signed up. You know, get your signatures even, right? Now, if you're Constance Wu, she's attractive, she's funny, I like her, she hasn't slutted out, I've seen her in a few things. The Feels independent film that I don't think you have access to played at my festival last year. I thought it was good. She's good on the Fresh Off the Boat as the mom. Probably the bright spot of that series. But this is her chance to become a movie star. Oh, hey, we got a female American Asian who's going to be lead in a film, a blockbuster this summer. Well, by blockbuster, I mean nationwide release. Yeah, this is your chance. This doesn't happen every time. What are you going to do? Go out on Twitter and tell everybody it's important that they see this movie. Because we don't have to make good movies anymore to make money. What we do now is we say, oh, yeah, that Black Panther, okay, it looks like every other Marvel film. Oh, wait, but you're telling me it has all these black people and there's a black director and black. Well, I'm black. I have to go see it. How was the movie? So, but I'm glad I saw it because it helped the cause. The Cosby, right? This is what they're doing. Hey, all you Asians out there, if you don't want to be ignored by Hollywood, you have to go see this movie. Show them that you have numbers and a voice and all blah, 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 blah. That it can inspire the future filmmakers in the Asian community. That's what all of this is about. I hate this idea that movies don't need to be good anymore. They just need to be important. Big part of why I don't give a shit about movies anymore. I mean, you put your life work into something, you get the degree and all this stuff, and then the industry just turns into shit. And you're supposed to sit there and kiss ass. No thanks. So the Paramount Network has a 6-part documentary series called Rest in Power. This is the Trayvon Martin story. Sounds like something that would be on BET, only it's not. So the weird thing here is, why is this coming up? Well, 6 parts. We're trying to do like OJ. We got a very long documentary series. We're looking for that Oscar, because now documentaries can get Oscars for being on TV for a lot of time. Oh, look at all the hard work that went into this. It isn't edited into 2 hours. They had to make it into like 6 or 12 or some shit. It's so good. Look at all the work. It's so inclusive, and oh man, they didn't leave any stone unturned. They covered all angles. We have to give it an Oscar nomination at least. It's important. It's not great, it's important. That's how things are now. Everything's important. You're not a victim, you're a survivor. It's the eye of the tiger. Yeah, that's what's happening. This is some garbage, guys. So I would like to think that, well, Jay-Z's behind this. He's, producer, executive producer. I'm imagining he couldn't be bothered to actually be director, be on set, shoot interviews, set up the lighting, go on location, do any kind of, work. I'm imagining that Jay-Z's interviewed for this, and I'm imagining this is probably true. Correct me below in the comments section of wherever you're viewing, listening to this, if that's the case, or if he's actually clean of it. That would be a surprise move for me, because I think that what Jay-Z touches, a lot of it turns into, hey, this guy was a fan of Jay-Z, so now I'm going to help him. I want to show people how awesome I am, that if one of my guys goes down like this, we're there for him. We're community. We're in this together because he was a fan of mine. There we go. I'm feeling like that's the way this is angled. If Hillary Clinton was president, would this be a thing? I don't think so. I don't think that you get Jay-Z putting together this Zimmerman hit piece. Yeah, that's the idea here. He's trying to get a mob together to go kill Zimmerman. That's what he wants. And since putting out a 6-part documentary has no precedent for being inciting a riot, this is the way to do it, guys. This is how you incite a riot now. You put out material to the public, basic cable in this case, and you get them riled up. You reopen the wounds, and then you go and have all of these fans of yours go and kill the guy, and then you have nothing to do with it, right? No, I didn't do nothing. We just put out this documentary that, got everybody charged up because people are sheep, and I can get them to do as I tell them. Buy my music. Subscribe to Tidal. That's the rapper thoughts here, guys. If Hillary Clinton was president, they wouldn't want this out there. They wouldn't put it out there. They would be trying to heal the wounds rather than slice them up again. That's the case. But if he can get a riot going, if he can get something done to Zimmerman, this furthers the narrative of Donald Trump hates the black people. Look how crazy the situation's gotten. This is all because of Trump. That's what will happen. If somebody goes after Zimmerman because of this, or shortly thereof, or, it reminded them they need to go put a hit on him, right? It's going to come down to blaming Trump. That's the way the media sees this stuff. Oh, look, the violence, the race, hate crimes. This is all done because of Trump. There you go. It's all Trump. That's what's going to happen. I also want to talk about LeBron James becoming a socialist. See this picture of him over on Instagram? Or I guess he had to give a press conference because everybody has to listen to LeBrick talk, with his eloquent, low vocabulary. He's sporting these Malcolm X eyeglasses now. And that's a weird look. We got the Abraham Lincoln beard, the Malcolm X suit, and the Malcolm X shades, eyeglasses, eyewear, as they call it now. He started this thing called the I Promise School. I guess this is a high school where he's guaranteeing food for the kids and their family, transportation, and if they graduate, tuition to the University of Akron. Now, I don't think he's necessarily paying for this stuff himself, though he possibly could afford to. It's more like cut a deal with the university, whatever the hell. Does this send the right message? Why is LeBron James the voice of stay in school, go to college? He got where he is because of not going to college. Shouldn't your role model be somebody that you are following the role of? So LeBron James as a role model is, hey, go play basketball. If LeBron James is your role model, then you don't go to college. So if you're looking up to somebody, shouldn't it maybe be a scientist, a professor, a novelist, somebody that went to school. If that's the aim, I don't think that LeBron James should be starting a school for anybody. I mean, this is a guy who only got out of high school because he could play basketball. Otherwise, he's a statistic, right? You got this weird outlier where it says, oh, look, if somebody can dunk, then they get to make a ton of money. And there you go. Now, what does this have to do with school? Nothing. Oh, but it makes LeBron James look good. Look at his weird promise here. Does this not strike you as a little socialist? Oh, hey, we got all this guaranteed stuff. Yep, you go to this and you get all this stuff there guaranteed right there. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's like the state of LeBron James is providing for you. What weird... Has there ever been a more mixed message? I hate LeBron James. Alright, so I guess that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Recently Canceled Podcast, the free version. I had a little trouble recording this, actually, but, it's a little under time, but, what are you guys paying me for? If you want to hear the full thing, hit up that Patreon, patreon.com/Von Fry. $1 a month gets you full access, and you can check out the hidden, or, kind of look at it like this. You unlock the last topic of the day, all right?